Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. I hope the sound is working out on this one. It should be. I had a lot of issues. I'm not really sure exactly what it is at the moment. For some reason when the microphone and the camera are plugged into, I don't know if they're just plugged in incorrectly at a wrong spot. I had a lot of issues with the image and also with the sound, so hopefully you can hear me. If not, I hope that your turn up button is working on your computer. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. It says Bitcoin appears to be struggling at the coveted $13,000 mark. Most altcoins continue to bleed out and the market cap has fallen by 391. That's definitely $1 million, not billion, because we would have no cryptocurrency market right now. Bitcoin went in a wild roller coaster ride in the past 24 hours from a renewed yearly high of nearly $14,000 to dipping below $13,000. Most altcoins mimicked their leader. Who wrote this? And the total market cap has dropped by $15 billion. Okay, that's seen. Okay. As Crypto Potato reported yesterday morning, everything seemed to be going a Bitcoin's way. The cryptocurrency was surging and peaked at another 2020 high. In fact, with a price of around $13,865, it came inches away from breaking last year's record as well. However, it was not to be, as the situation reversed rather vigorously. In the following hours, Bitcoin plummeted in value. The result in a day, long story short, Bitcoin fell in price. We were talking about this, I think, a bit yesterday. I'm not really sure if we actually covered this yesterday. I feel like we did because it was clustering up in the news yesterday. Basically, stocks fell, people got afraid, Coinbase glitched, collapsed, wasn't working, went offline, and a lot of people, there's no real official answer at the moment as to exactly what happened. We normally, 24 hours later, get a couple of people who come forward and they go, well, this is what happened, and they, we kind of go into what people believe actually took place. But at the moment, there's no real answer. It could simply be maybe Bitcoin was overbought. It could be maybe the market got too hot too fast. Maybe the thing with Coinbase. Maybe the thing with stocks. It could be 1,000,001 things right now. The point is that the market dropped. Bitcoin fell. So I think I saw it go to 12,800. My friend messaged me, told me that it dropped to 12,800, and I looked at the actual chart and it had just bounced back to 13,100, where I think we currently-ish are at the moment. Hopefully within the next couple of days, things start moving again, but the discussion rages on at the moment as to why. Now, this is a personal opinion, and this also is the discussions I've been having with other people in the cryptocurrency space, is why that every single time that Bitcoin looks like it's going to start going up higher or is going up higher, or we are on the cusp, moment away from having a brand new yearly high or whatever the case might be, that Coinbase goes offline. This is is jarring the word? I'm not really sure, but it's very frustrating because we were told before that they had fixed their systems since 2017 and 18, and people I've been talking to have told me, yeah, other websites said the exact same thing, that they were going to fix their systems, and they all did, except for Coinbase, which is a little odd. So anyway, that's the news. We fell in price, started going back up. Altcoins are still down, but Bitcoin is, I think, only down by like 0 point something. I don't remember the exact number. The point is, the market looks like it's starting to move back up. And I think this is also, it's also kind of the same topic. It says Bitcoin stays above $13,000, altcoins take hit. Everything I just said. And without further ado, let's move on. In incredibly popular news, crypto startup Avanti has gotten the green light from the Wyoming State Banking Board on its business plan for digital asset custody and the creation of Avit, a tokenized US dollar. According to the announcement published today, Avanti is now has a bank charter, which means it has the same amount of power as national banks. The company's application for a bank charter was accepted in July. It is the second crypto company to become a bank, the first being Kraken's Kraken Financial. They said currently the only type of U.S. financial institution that can provide final and simultaneous settlement of trades between digital assets and the U.S. dollar, because it is the only type currently approved to handle both within the same legal entity, is Wyoming's special purpose depository institutional, like Avanti, said Avanti's founder and CEO Caitlin Long. Wyoming has the only U.S. regulator with a bank supervisory and regulatory program for digital assets that is near completion. Wonderful. Incredibly popular. Here's the actual thing on their website, which now is avantibank.com. Avanti granted bank charter and approval of business plan for digital asset custody and tokenized U.S. dollar. I say we should be surprised that they created their own cryptocurrency, but I mean, at this point, everyone's doing it, so why should we be shocked there? I'm not sure what everyone... I get it. I understand the power of a bank. Believe me, I understand. And I also get, new one in the cryptocurrency space. But I guess maybe these things are just unexpected to a lot of people. I guess the fact that there are 2 crypto banks in the United States alone maybe is like, woo, history. I'm not really sure exactly what it is. For me, it comes down to the fact that there are still tons of normal banks that refuse to give actual bank accounts and or anything else to actual cryptocurrency companies. So I do hope that these crypto banks start giving bank accounts to all the other companies and institutions who cannot get one or have had their accounts closed down on account of complete absolute nonsense. Anyway, is this also it? This was all over the place. Bitcoin-friendly Avanti receives license to be the second crypto bank in the United States. Absolutely wonderful. I hope they do good with it because we need more of that right now. And simply that it's not a greed thing. But I mean, you don't become a bank because you're really trying to save the world. Anyway, good for them. All over the place. I get the significance. Let's move on. There's going to be a lot of merger, institutional, buying up, regulatory, we can now do this kind of news. New York has always been strict when it comes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, but now that PayPal has entered the crypto fray, it looks like the company's position in the Big Apple just got a whole lot easier. It has been announced that PayPal has been given what's known as a conditional bit license. The circumstances of the license are somewhat different from a straight-up Bitcoin. Who wrote that? From just a straight-up bit license application. The former permits PayPal to attach itself and work through a company that has already obtained a license. This raises a lot of questions. Not really. Perhaps the biggest one, they said, which company is PayPal aligned with? At the time of writing, it looks like the company is Paxos Trust, which will handle the firm's crypto custodial services. It's a positive and powerful notion for both PayPal and cryptocurrency enthusiasts alike. It shows that perhaps PayPal's newfound respect and love for crypto isn't part of a phase. They do not have respect and love for cryptocurrencies. It's about money. I don't know how many more times I can stress that. These people are trying to, if they're not already, multi-billionaires are trying to become trillionaires off the back of the cryptocurrency market. There's no love or respect for it, because if they had actual love for cryptocurrencies and for Bitcoin, PayPal would be actively working towards decentralizing themselves and making sure that they had no AML KYC on their website. But alas, they do, and they will continue to have it because, money. After all, companies can change. Ex-CEO of PayPal, Bill Harris, has referred to Bitcoin as a scam in the past. But with Bitcoin garnering newfound status as a financial hedge of sorts, it is possible that PayPal is seeing the light. Who wrote this gosh darn article? The point is, yes, almost said New York now has a New York license. PayPal now has a bit license through another company. This was to be expected. I do not think PayPal wants to be able to offer Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to people within the states and then be like, well, New York, you know, maybe in like a year we'll get to you. They want to have a complete full rollout at the exact same time. So also quite popular news. I mean, as well it should be. None of us should be surprised at any of the news that we're getting. Like a lot of the times we see like acquisition news, and I don't know if the people who are writing the articles just like to be hypey, or simply maybe people on Reddit and the internet just love or just never expected that we'd get news like this. The game is on. The money's there. They know that the money's there. These mega institutions are buying up enormous amounts of cryptocurrencies. One can only assume if MicroStrategy and Square and this one and that one have been buying up tons of Bitcoin, PayPal is probably logically doing the exact same thing. We're also going to get into a very interesting number story, because I think it'll help for people's logic to actually start making a little bit more sense. Anyway, yeah, PayPal is working apparently with Paxos, and they now have a BIT license, which allows them to function or work in New York State with cryptocurrencies. And I assume PayPal is probably also buying up banks in the background and or other cryptocurrency companies because, you know, the L word. Logic. I saw this floating around, and the weirdest thing happened. I couldn't click on any of the articles. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says JPMorgan is actively exploring digital asset custody platforms and looking for help from crypto-native firms. Quick take, JPMorgan Chase has been engaging with digital asset firms on how it can offer digital asset custody to its clients. The firm would enlist sub-custodians to offer the service and has reached out to firms including Fidelity Digital Assets and Paxos. There goes Paxos once again. I think wasn't Paxos, didn't they receive funding from Coinbase? I think that's what it was. Paxos was one of the coins, was one of the stable coins that came out kind of randomly and got a whole bunch of support. So I assume behind the scenes, this is I assume they're all connected by a web. The exploration into custody comes as the firm has rebranded its blockchain division to Onyx. I tried looking around, like I'm serious. I could find the news, but every single time I clicked on a website, it would redirect me to somewhere else or told me that I had to pay for the actual article, which was really weird because it was only for this news. So we know that JPMorgan is into the cryptocurrency space. We know that they're building a blockchain. We know that they just launched their own digital currency, which is in use between banks and stuff like that. Now, I guess the news is that they're trying to figure out how to be able to custody crypto. This should not be a surprise to anyone, as every single bank is going to start doing this. If JPMorgan is doing this, it's going to fall down the ladder, and everyone else is going to try and offer these exact same things. We spoke about this last year. I didn't think it would happen this fast, but we definitely discussed the idea that in the future, banks would have to start offering cryptocurrency custody because they wanted to remain relevant, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, here we are. I give it 5 years. Every bank in general is probably going to offer cryptocurrency custody and or offer you a crypto bank account, which allows you to use a card that is connected to your crypto account to be able to spend the crypto that you have. It's like, this is it. Like we've made it. Like we are here. The future of cryptocurrencies are very, very bright. It's just a matter of who's going to not rule them all, but you have to wonder and think and understand, as I've said before, there's a bigger thing here at play, and they are accumulating an enormous amount of cryptocurrencies themselves, these major institutions. Think of it this way. I have a friend who I was discussing with last night who told me that he is thinking about investing in other things, other assets. And he said he also thinks he might want to increase the amount of Bitcoin that he has just to around half a Bitcoin. He said he feels comfortable with half a Bitcoin. It should 10, 15 years down the line, him and his girlfriend can have a good life, yada, yada, yada. And I explained to him, I said, do you remember how many Bitcoin there are in the world? And he was like, 21 million. And I said, I said, how many have been mined? And I told him it was 18 million. And then I said, I told you about how many are lost and gone forever. It's estimated to be anywhere between 4 to 6 million Bitcoin lost and gone forever. That already leaves us at around 12 million Bitcoin. And I said, how many people are on the planet? 7.4 billion people. And I said, how much Bitcoin are you trying to own? He said, half a Bitcoin. I said, even if you owned an entire Bitcoin, you take away Bitcoin from hundreds of thousands of other people on the planet. So the entire point to be made is, even if you right now out there only hold fractions of Bitcoin or an entire Bitcoin or even multiple Bitcoin, there are millions of people who will never be able to own as much as you ever. Now imagine companies like JPMorgan Chase and PayPal and all these other people, I don't even have to name the other 15 names, who have 10,000 Bitcoin, 15,000 Bitcoin, 35,000 Bitcoin, 200,000 Bitcoin. It becomes a lot clearer how scarce Bitcoin actually is. And the people, if these people believe in Bitcoin this much, that they're exploring digital custody platforms or integrating Bitcoin like PayPal or doing other things with cryptocurrencies, these people are going to, they already do rule the world, but it's going to be something unlike we can't even begin to imagine. Never forget the 0.28 BTC rule. For those of you who don't know that, if you own 0.28 Bitcoin, you are part of the 1% of Bitcoin holders in the world. That's all it takes, is a little bit more than a fourth of a Bitcoin. And there are millions of people who will never, ever be able to have more than you. So just think of a world where if we all have crypto assets and collectively we own all of it, what happens to the other billions of people who have no option of getting any of it? I even made the joke a couple of weeks ago. I said, there are going to be people in the future who you probably know who are going to brag to you one day, not knowing that you own crypto, going to brag to you that they have 6,000 Satoshis. Like, man, I got really lucky. I got 6,000 Satoshis. And you're going to sit there and be like, wow, man, that's cool. You made it. You're a rich one. Anyway, that's the JPMorgan news that I could find. And we're going to move on. Next up, and this is, really exciting news because there's such an exciting company, and every single day they're always doing something brand new and wonderful that people just love. On Wednesday, crypto exchange Gemini announced that they added support for the euro. The Winklevoss twins, Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss, co-founders of Gemini, yada, 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 in a blog post published yesterday, Team Gemini said that the exchange now supports the euro for deposits and trading. It is now possible to buy all crypto assets on Gemini with euro via Gemini's mobile app and or the Gemini website, either using a debit card or by transferring euro from your bank account with Swift or SEPA. Furthermore, Gemini has launched Active Trader, its crypto trading platform for experienced and professional traders, which offers features such as advanced charting, multiple order types, auctions, and block trading. You can do this between Bitcoin and the euro, Ethereum and the euro, Bitcoin and the Great British Pound, and Ethereum and the Great British Pound. Quite popular news. We should all really be shaking in our boots. The Winklevoss twins have finally added the euro to their platform. Binance has like 39 currencies. This is why it's not that I don't like them. I just think they're so boring. They're like 3 years behind on everything. And now they finally have a platform called Active Trader, which I assume is supposed to be like Coinbase Pro. Why take so long on everything? I just don't get it. I feel like also with their former wealth and influence, they could have been kind of the top. I'm just a little disappointed in them. I don't know. Anyway, for those of you who were hankering for some euro purchases, Gemini now has it. Let's move on. In also super popular news because people are nosy, founder and CEO of business intelligence firm MicroStrategy, his name is Michael Saylor, said in a tweet that he personally holds 17,732 Bitcoin, which he bought at around $9,800 on average. In addition to declaring his personal Bitcoin haul, Saylor said that he informed MicroStrategy, the company, about his personal Bitcoin investment before the company decided to buy Bitcoin for itself. He said, "Some have asked how much Bitcoin I own because they're nosy. I personally hold around," I know it says the other word, I hate this word right here, 17,732 Bitcoin, which I bought at $9,800 each. I informed MicroStrategy exactly what we just said. The self-declaration comes after Saylor had said only last month that his firm had completed the acquisition of 16,796 Bitcoin at an aggregate price of $175 million. He already owned more Bitcoin than the company. It's a little insane. Prior to this, MicroStrategy had even told US SEC on the 14th of September that the firm may increase its Bitcoin holdings around $250 million that MicroStrategy had bought earlier on the 11th of August. Major news. Everyone's very interested in how much this man owned. Now you know. Huge amount of Bitcoin. The company owns, because this is 175 million. They bought 250 million. This goes exactly back to what I was saying. Even if you spread out the Bitcoin to 1 Bitcoin per person, let's say there are only 21 million people on the planet, which there aren't, but you get what I'm saying. He has taken Bitcoin away in that instance taken it away from 17,731 other people who will never ever, I don't think people get the idea of owning an entire Bitcoin. They will never, it is mathematically impossible to ever own as much Bitcoin as this guy. Not even talking about, because there's a huge chunk of money. But this is why every time we get news like this, or even this guy or the company who are buying up this much Bitcoin, like imagine you yourself will never be able to own this much Bitcoin because of this one person. Now imagine other people who aren't even into cryptocurrencies yet. Imagine the people who are going to get in when Bitcoin floats to around $200,000 and they're like desperate to try and get as much as they possibly can. It's scarce. And I really want to hammer that into people's brains so that they really understand just where all of this is going. If we collectively have around the world, I'll give you a good 1,500 people who are massive owners of Bitcoin. So currently right now we have it's believed that we have 26 million millionaires on the planet. Shrink that down to 1,500 people who own massive amounts of Bitcoin. Because you also have to think, there are other millionaires who will never be able to own as much Bitcoin even as this guy right here. It's a fascinating idea of digital scarcity, but to also actually see it come into play is miraculous isn't what I'm looking for, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, that's the MicroStrategy news because so many people were into that. I saw this also all over the place. I guess people just want to, I don't know numbers. I don't know what to really say about that. Also in popular news that, sure, after working for the growth of the fintech ecosystem and better regulation towards decentralized and digital assets, William Hinman is leaving the SEC. William Hinman, a director at the SEC, known for his statements in favor of greater clarity for the crypto ecosystem and other ICOs and fintechs, announced his intentions to leave his post in the upcoming months. Since 2017, Hinman has served as a director of the SEC's Division of Corporate Finance, an office responsible for giving investors material information to help them come with good financial decisions. His office also provides interpretive assistance to companies with respect to the SEC rules. It also makes recommendations to the commission in different regulatory areas. So backing it up, I've been into crypto for a while. I've been going through crypto news for a number of years. I do not remember the name William Hinman. No, I remember Hester Pierce, and I remember the other guy who said something else, but I don't remember William Hinman at all. For some reason, if you Google or search, type in SEC, Ethereum, or like Watchdog leaving, like something to do with the SEC guy leaving. This was mega popular news. I'm not sure if maybe just through the years, I just never witnessed this man's name or exactly what he did for the cryptocurrency space, but people are a little distraught over him leaving. I'm just going to say, did any of you assume that? Do you assume that because this man is leaving, that things will get worse for the cryptocurrency space? They're already bad within the states. Like, they're not like, super rosy right now. So if Hester Pearson, this guy, especially the SEC director, things are probably, going to stay as they are. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people are freaking out because they think that like something bad is going to happen now, but nothing good was happening in the first place. Like, we know that Bitcoin and Ether got labeled as commodities, and that's it. So, yeah, all over the place. All over the place. People were really hyped, scared, sad about this news. I don't really know what to say. We're going to move on. And to finish things off, also in very popular news, on Wednesday, Coinbase announced the launch of a Coinbase Card in the United States. Coinbase first introduced Coinbase Card, a new Visa debit card that allowed Coinbase customers to easily spend any of their crypto balances in their Coinbase account. On the 11th of April 2019, it's possible. So I think the major difference, yeah, here we go. It says initially Coinbase Card was only available in the United Kingdom. Then on the 12th of June 2019, Coinbase Card was launched in the European Union. So I guess now it's been launched within America. It said, well, yesterday Coinbase published a blog post in which it said it is now possible for its customers in the US to join the waitlist for Coinbase Card. And apparently you get some cash back if you spend your Bitcoin. Why would you spend your Bitcoin? If you spend your Bitcoin, you get a 1% cash back. Amazing. And if you spend lumens, you get a 4% cash back. I don't know anyone who owns lumens, and I don't know anyone furthermore who would spend lumens. Just saying that as I doubt right now that people are very wanting to spend their cryptocurrency holdings. It just doesn't seem like something that many people would want to do. I'm gonna end this on a good note. I'm not gonna kind of not be mean, but it's you kind of know what I want to say, right? No one's gonna be spending lumens ever. Like, that's not gonna ever be a thing unless lumens goes to like $5-10 and people are like, okay, let me transfer this into another coin or into my bank account. I feel like we keep getting a lot of news that these companies, what were the other one? There was some company, they also made their own card and they were like, you can now spend this coin and you can now spend IOTA. And I'm like, no one's even buying IOTA. Who would want to spend the IOTA that they don't have? It just doesn't make any sense. Even spending Bitcoin doesn't make any sense, just even from like a monetary perspective. Imagine you getting rid of half of a Bitcoin or an entire Bitcoin, spending stuff, buying new shoes, buying a new so-and-so, buying a new hat. Do people still buy hats? And then you see Bitcoin go up to 18,000 and you're like, oh, snaps, I could have made 5,000 extra dollars, but I spent it on the stuff I already didn't need. And then as the years go on, like, why would you? It just doesn't make any, like, these are, I equate the holding of these things to kind of like, not holding stocks, but they're digital assets. Like, they're not meant to be simply spent. Because I have thought for a while, the companies who want you to spend these things are probably just accumulating them themselves. Whenever a company says, now this is great for adoption, but not great for your holdings, says, hey, you can buy this on our website with cryptocurrencies, and you do so, the crypto goes to them, and then you get the product. The product continues to depreciate in value while the cryptocurrency you gave to them goes up in value. So it always seems like it's a win-lose, and they won and you lost kind of thing. So when Bitcoin goes up to like 1 million, sure, spend it. At that point, I mean, by all means, because the price will have stabilized heavily. But as for now, it just doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense. But a lot of companies are coming out with like, please spend this or please buy things from us with crypto. Yeah. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Bolero Bastos, Crayola Michelle, URL on Crypto with Lionel, Tigara Machonisa, Bake Me a Cake, Arfmedic17, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bodie McBoatface, Yes to Crypto, Miller His Chest Every Day, and Cal Skips Leg Day, Minting Coins, Jeremy Fox, Jim Gardner, Anthony Charles, Nick Mangialavori, Paxis, Vlad the Impaler, Richie Rich III, Setsuna, Damien, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Bankroll, The Network, 242 to the World, Wise Night Owl, Jared Schneider, Master Ventures in Thailand, Moher Moroni, Adam Graysick, Todd Mullis, A Bibliophobia, The Animal Reader, John Starson, Nostromo, Martin Steuer, Joshua Vineyard, Moonman High, XRP, Utopia 569, Oscar Maldonado, Yasha Harari, Attila the Han, David James, Navarro Williams, Decentralized, Peter, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Tolek Banan, Snacky Chan, and Professor Wally from Gunbot University. Thank you all very, very, very much for your support. At the moment, Bitcoin is at $13,067. It is down roughly around 4%. Here's the dip right here. I think that brought us to $12,800 US. We recovered, and now we're basically back to where we were before. I don't know. I hadn't checked if the stock futures market has been going down. I'm not really sure what's been taking place, but here we are. The entire market's in red. I assume there's one anomaly. Yep, always one. OKB is up. NEM is up. Binance US dollar is up. I assume it's because of stablecoin. People are using it. But besides that, yeah, we'll see where all of this takes us, where we end up going. I think there's a lot of confusion as well as to where stock markets around the world are going to be going. They're trying to price in the event from next Tuesday and I guess also next Wednesday. And there's a lot of discord because no one knows where anything is going, and it is going to affect the markets in some sort of way, either positively or negatively. It's just a matter of the actual outcome. So I guess our market is also in the middle of this as well. And yeah, I do hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.